Hello everybody, this is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer, and welcome back to Here's a Might of Magic 4. I have a lot of news because there's been so much happening lately. My computer died, like completely died, and it took me a long time to try to figure out what was the reason it failed. And when I couldn't figure out the reason it failed, I spent a long time trying to figure out how to fix it. It seems this version really wants me to go with the spawning, but yeah, okay, let's do that. Let's just oh, I need to do some game settings here. Army speed. This, more like it. Nope. Game settings. Army speed. Yeah, that's more like it. Yeah. So I first had a friend of mine try to figure out what was going on. And my friend, oh, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Better. So my friend, he had to troubleshoot the whole thing. It took him a while to look through everything because he went about it very systematically. Checked power supply, checked graphics card, checked CPU, checked everything in good order, and eventually he came to the conclusion that it was my mainframe that had completely gone, well, loop-a-loop. How many are there? Banned. How much is bands? Don't remember, but we're gonna be playing these guys. And yeah, after having checked everything he had access to, he realized that there was just no coming back for the computer. It was dead and buried. So then I had to go and order a new computer. It took me several days before it arrived. When the new computer finally arrived, I spent several days just getting updates and bringing the machine up to speed. Came with basic Windows install, but you know, basic Windows install means there's a lot of stuff not there. And eventually we got that done. Took a lot of time. And then I had to start downloading the programs I actually planned to use, which was, in this case, OBS and Shotcut. Those are the basic programs I use. And then I had to reset all of the tunings and the settings and I get everything back up to speed. So I basically spent 3 weeks with no I basically spent 3 weeks with no computer, and then I had a bunch of days with the computer back, but trying to get it online again. And finally, now I'm back to recording again. And yeah, so you guys would have noticed me not posting for a week and a half because I did pre-record some stuff. So even when I had no computer, I still had something releasing on schedule. But eventually there was nothing. And yeah, and it's been haunting me a little bit because I like to get stuff out on time, but now haven't been getting it out on time. Dozens. Go grab this. Go fight some zombies. These guys should do the trick nicely. No. Here we go. Stop. Here we go. Elven chainmail. What's this? I need to find some points of power. But yeah, no idea where those points of power are. I haven't played this in so long. Meaning the campaign. Yeah, let's fight some mages. And fight. That's oh well. At least Gauldoths is back to full mana. I got vampires from that. Get a grip. Oh well. I'll take him. Probably get vampires from those too as well. It's cool. You don't have enough resources. What am I actually saying? Stones and mercury. Alright. Months of tensions between the Griegs and the Undead culminated last night in a riot that destroyed half of Nekorum. My master was still too weak to deal with the rebellious demons and devils, and perhaps that was the reason for the uprising. I think they sense his weakness, and if those creatures respect anything, it is strength. This clash was bound to happen, and word has been coming in from the other parts of the kingdom about devils seizing several of our towns as their own. Necros has fallen into chaos. The only good news is the dissenters have not yet organized under a single leader. When they do, we will be doomed.
This would never happen if you had been king,
Marder told me as we walked along the quorum's outer walls. If Marder had been a solid being, I would have slapped him. Instead, I grabbed the cloak he insisted on wearing and threw it over the wall to the ground far below. Say that again, and I will order you to swim in holy water.
Apologies, master.
Caliber is our king and master. This rebellion is a coincidence, I stated.
Yes, master.
I ordered Mardor to execute all the imps and demons caught during the riots. The devil leaders escaped. Do that at the center of town in front of the rest of their kind. That should be a lesson to them all. They must know that Master Caliber is still in charge. Leaving Marder on the wall, I returned to my master's dusty study and the dim corridors beneath the Mage Guild. Despite his weakness, he was working on some secret project. I wanted desperately to ask him what he was doing, but I had learned long ago that my master was a private man who didn't appreciate curiosity in others. When I told him about the rebellions springing up all over Necros, he didn't seem surprised.
A kingdom needs a powerful leader, and my body is still weak from the spell I cast to save myself from the reckoning,
Caliber admitted. This was the first hint he had given me about how he escaped and ended up in the demon realm. I will protect you until you heal, Master.
I know, but I don't think I need your protection right now, he said.
Lurking in every shadow of the large study was a vampire, or ghost, loyal only to Caliber. They were his personal guards. Then what can I do to help?
The answer to that is an easy one, although the application might prove difficult now that the devils have taken over parts of Necros. I need you to activate the 5 points of power. I'll show you how. No one has ever been able to turn all 5 on at once. If you manage to do so, I will be able to draw enough magical energy for them to regenerate my spell-ravaged body and put those demons in their place, my master said, his skull gleaming with a lust for vengeance. At the time, I had thought his lust for vengeance was directed towards the demons. I was wrong. So, as we can tell, Caliber, he's not really much of a good dude, is he? Lay over there and stab. This might be a bit interesting. So we're gonna poison these dudes. Can I affect more than one? No. So we're gonna poison these suits too. Now poison these dudes. Oh, that wasn't planned at all.
Now, we're just gonna poison this dude. And let the rest sort itself out. Poison is a good spell. Use it, boys and girls. Although, to be fair, I do prefer a little bit more direct. 8 and 8. Okay, and I have 4 and 6. So, if I go to the marketplace, I have nothing to trade. Never mind. I will not go to the marketplace. Poison arrow. Great. So, if I ever come to the point... If I ever reach the point where I feel like... I completely forgot what I was about to say, but that's okay. I mean, it can't have been important, can it? Like there. Settling stuff with summons. It's a good way to do it. Ooh, I'm still getting vampires, even from these lowly things. Yeah. I'm sure it was related to my lack of funding here. Do I have anything to trade? No. That's stupid of me, I know. Spawning pit. We're going the full demon route here, because this is This morning we rode into a village, and I found some imps terrorizing its citizens. After we quickly dealt with the foolish creatures, I ordered my troops to sweep the hamlet for dead bodies. I desperately needed more troops. When I heard terrified screams coming from one of the huts, I rushed towards the sounds, thinking that an imp had somehow escaped us. I threw open the door and found the body of a middle-aged man on the floor, his neck ripped open and bloody. The vampire Captain Endrick had a beautiful young woman pinned against the back wall. He planned to feed on her as well. "Endrick!" I shouted. My next word was a magical command that drained the strength from the vampire's body. The woman broke free from Endrick's grasp and ran to the nearest corner. There was no escape since I was standing in the hut's only doorway. Endrick fell to the floor and looked up at me, confused. Once again I longed for Mardo's competence, but I had left him behind in the decorum to protect my master and command the city's forces in case the demons rioted again. Endrick was a poor substitute, controlled all too easily by his hunger. I glared first at the woman, letting her know in no specific words that I didn't want her to move, and then I walked across the room to stand over Captain Endrick. "Why?" he asked. I slapped him with all the strength of the undead half of my body. The blow might have killed a living man. "You disobeyed my orders, fool. The living are not to be harmed unless I give permission. Do you remember that?" I said. I had said those words before I left Macorum,
because I knew if I was ever going to be able to pull Necros back together, I needed the living population for the mines, farms, and shops. I needed them to feel they would be safe under my rule. Without them, Necros would have no economy. Enric began groveling too quickly. He didn't understand why I was protecting a living person. Only that he had made a mistake and needed to plead to my sense of mercy. This was the same man who, when alive, betrayed Mardor in exchange for a vampire's immortality. I don't know what had drawn Enric to this lifestyle. Perhaps some romantic appeal, or fear of death, or just plain homicidal tendencies. But he was exactly the type of undead that I despised, witless and consumed by their own sense of evil. I grabbed Enric by his long dark hair and dragged him outside. "Bring me 5 spears," I shouted to no one in particular. Enric screamed for forgiveness as I ordered some zombies to hold him down. I pinned his arms and legs to the ground with spears, and with the 5th spear I silenced his pitiful shouts. Of course, I hadn't killed Enric. None of these wounds were fatal to a vampire. He could survive skewered to the ground for a long time. In fact, but he wasn't going to be there for more than a few hours. To my confused troops and the frightened villagers, I said, "Captain Enric has disobeyed my order to spare the living. For that crime, he will remain the way he is for 24 hours. Any who dare to remove him will not get off so easily." When daylight came, Enric was doomed. By the terrified look in his eyes, he knew it. I do not know why I returned to the hut. My troops had collected 15 bodies, and I had much work to do if I was going to make them part of the undead. Still, I felt drawn to the young woman I had saved. I found her bent over the dead man, weeping for her father. My skeleton followed me, silently awaiting my command. "Bring the woman," I told it. "Don't harm her." The skeleton stepped forward, grabbing the woman by the arms. "And you might as well add him to the other corpses," I said, pointing to the woman's dead father. I like Gauldoths. He's weirdly ruthless in a refreshing way. He's not a classical villain, but he's certainly no good guy. Let's see here. How much pain can I cause them? Vampires, take them down. Hold off. Oh, they're going after my weaker guys. Makes sense. Vampires taken. Good job. Well, some casualties, but it's not too bad. It's just imps. Now, Gauldoths. Remove range penalties. Yeah. We're gonna take this and this. As much as I want to fight vampires, I don't think I have the forces to fight vampires. No, why? Ugh. Why does the game lose me so much? Shouldn't lose me. No. Chaos Annex. And then right load.
I don't have the resources. No, because I used up all my resources. That's okay. What do we have here? Wizard Annex of Wizardry. Not that I actually need it because I don't think I have order magic. But let's just imp it up. You know how these fights go. I might actually involve my vampires here because I think it's going to take a long time to kill with the... So, alright, move the vamps up here. Yeah, I summon one more round. Wait with the vampires. Stab. Now, vamp's turn. Oh, they can't. That's bad. Now they can do that. Why am I so careful with my vampires? It's very simple. If they take damage from undead while fighting undeads, I don't get them back. Death magic. Grandmaster demonology. Now, see? We're gonna have to fight these things too. Inspector Gadget. Did you know that the composer for the Inspector Gadget theme the inspector for that apparently was very inspired by Edward Grieg. And that is why the song in the Hall of Monking, how does that go? Has a lot of similarities with Inspector Gadget. That goes. Oh man, I'm being way too nerdy now. I'm too white and nerdy. Oh, long live Weird Al. Long live Weird Al for the white and nerdy song. It's just comedy gold in a way I cannot explain. Just too white and nerdy. Weird Al is generally just awesome. Now, okay, we're gonna make you wait again. Make you stab. Throw down. Now, go up. Kill. Murder. Destroy. Ah, yes. Amazing. That's how you do it. Oh. You know what? We're just gonna start taking things down. Okay, you go. And you go again. Good job. Oh, mummy. And my vampires are frozen. There we go. Gauldoth can't handle this like entirely on his own, but he's not helpless. Now, I should be getting Chaos Annex soon. What skills did I have on him? I could get Order Magic or Chaos Magic. Both would be viable. Okay, cool, cool. I have a plan. It's a bad plan, but I have a plan. Alright. That was easy. Jeez, I'm getting too much vampires. I would imagine that this would give me... This last here would give me, you know... Ghosts, not vampires. Vampires are too strong. Recruit creatures. I'm gonna go fight these guys. It might be a stupid idea, but I want to fight them. Now. I need imps. I don't mind if my ghosts die. I don't mind if my imps die. I do mind if my vampires die. Which is why I'm flying them the way I do. Oh. Wait, what? Lots of casualties, but no one in. And I get more vampires. That's cool. Since only he can take control of this tower, I think I should take control of that tower. And I believe it's the first tower of power, right? At the back of this odd tower, you find a switch exactly where your master told you it would be. Giving it a twist, the wall opens to reveal a secret antechamber left untouched for decades. The centerpiece of the room is some sort of altar from which protrudes a gleaming green crystal the size of a man's arm. A beam pulses skyward up the entire height of the tower to a second crystal, larger than even the first, and at the top of the tower, immediately,
You wish you had time to study this place. The magic at work here is incredible.
Yeah, I believe that.
You step forward, take the crystal in hand, and turn it slowly 3 times to the left. Once activated, you cast a special spell that binds the power of this ancient place to your master. I have a feeling we're about to make a giant-ass mistake. Oh, wait, what? Really? I'm fighting a bunch of nice demons? Cool. I didn't expect that, but cool. Cool. We can deal with you.
I'm sending my stabby boys up. Stabby boys are already dead. That's depressingly. Oh no, 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 no. My fangy boys have gotten fanged. Oh, good. Oh, yes, I didn't lose vampire. Okay, so let's see where this is taking. Teal and purple flag on my pass. I'm not teal and I'm not purple. So teal and purple have a backdoor into my... Of course they have a backdoor. Why wouldn't they have a backdoor? Okay. Well, that makes everything much more interesting, doesn't it?
I kept the woman safe. I made sure she was fed, gave her a tent, and a cot of her own, and a living servant bought from one of the hamlets along the way. I even arranged for her to be given an elegant black dress to replace her plain, blood-stained cotton smock, but she refused to wear it. But why haven't I spoken to her since the day I killed Endrick? That was the question that distracted me from the ambush. We were on the road, myself at the front of the column and she at the back with the supplies, when a mixed demon force attacked. It was a well-orchestrated ambush and might have claimed some lives if they had attacked the center of my formation. Instead, they charged directly at me. My spells weakened them, even killed a few. A single ice demon reached me, scratching deep furrows in the living flesh of my left thigh before one of my troops brought it down. Immediately after the battle, I sat on a rock and tore open my pants to examine the wounds. Blood had already soaked my leg and collected like water in my boot. I winced at the sight. The ice demon had cut an artery. I was probably going to bleed to death. So I laughed. I had left wondered what would happen if the living half of my body died. Would I become like a stroke victim, the left side of my body dead and motionless? Or would the undead part of me die as well? I looked up at the sky and said, "So you are finally done with me, universe?"
You speak to the universe?
It was the woman I rescued, still dressed in her cotton tunic. "Not usually," I said. "I expected this day to come, but I must admit I thought it would be a more spectacular way. Arrogance, I guess." She saw the blood seeping into the hungry ground.
You bleed? How's that possible?
because I am only half dead. Please don't ask me to explain. I'll bleed to death before I finish the story, I replied. Even though I had clamped my hand tightly over the wound, I could feel the hot blood seeping through my fingers. Let me, she said, approaching cautiously. I pulled my hand away, and a red fountain sprayed the front of the woman's clothes, mixing with the old brown stains of her father's blood. Oh my, it's deep, she said. Immediately, she pressed her hand over the wounds and muttered some words of magic. I felt a strange, numbing energy flow into me. I cannot say that it felt good. In fact, I hope to never experience it again. But when the woman pulled her blood-stained hand away, my wounds were healed. She was a priest. I hadn't expected that. Our coming together couldn't be a coincidence. Thank you, I said. I am Gauldoth.
Alana.
So, he's getting hot and bothered with Alana. How do you think that's gonna go?
Instinctively, I think Alana was a priest of life magic. That's why, against all common sense, I dragged her along with me. Some would say such an inspiration came from the gods, but I'm more prone to believe that my closeness to death magic allowed me to sense its opposite. After Alana saved me, I asked her to ride at the front of the column so we could talk. I still believe the secrets of the universe will be within my grasp if only I can understand the force of destruction. It's the same principle used to learn new spells. You must divide them into their parts, splitting them into pieces you can understand before you learn the spell as a whole. But it couldn't hurt to know a little something about creation as well, could it? As Mardor says,
Half the battle is knowing more about your enemy than they know about you.
So, Alana and I spent hours discussing life magic, healing, childbirth, and love. She seemed reluctant at first. She was, after all, my prisoner, even if I didn't treat her like one. But when I seemed to show a real interest in the subject, she opened up.
I have never heard of someone like you, Gauldoth,
she said. What does that mean?
Well, perhaps it's because your body hasn't been completely tainted by the undead, but you seem much more sensible than other necromancers. Perhaps there was still hope for you.
That's when I realized she was being friendly with me, because she thought I could be converted, as if I was some sheep-brained peasant practicing the rituals of some cult. My body doesn't make me who I am, I said firmly. Maybe it wasn't completely true, but I like to think that I would be the same person, whether I were only living or only undead.
No, but I think it's a metaphor for your potential to turn back from this evil path you have started down.
Evil path? I don't believe in such a thing.
How can you not? You walk among skeletons and demons. You doomed the dead to an eternity of suffering. Yet you saved my life when you didn't have to, and you still protect the living from your own troops. Can you not see the good as well as the evil that you perform?
I do what is sensible. Neither good nor evil dictates my actions.
Good or evil, creation or destruction. Call them by whatever name you want, Gauldoth. They are the same thing,
Alana said stubbornly. Ah, but you're assuming that creation is good.
Of course it is.
Are you telling me that when the universe created a creature consumed with hatred and destruction, like a devil, that the universe committed a good act?
Well, no.
And why can't destruction be good? A forest fire might seem tragic at first, but that destruction only replenishes the forest floor and makes the trees grow back stronger than ever before.
That's just nature.
Exactly my point. The nature of the universe is indiscriminate. It doesn't judge. It doesn't care about good or evil because neither exists. Take the reckoning, the greatest example of a destructive force that I can think of. I can argue that it probably did as much good as evil. For one, the reckoning claimed the life of that barbarian scum, Kilgore. Alana shook her head, sadly, as if I was a child that just didn't understand.
I know that good exists, Gauldoth,
She said,
because I see it all around me. I have seen it in you. Whether that's true or not remains to be seen.
but what we can say is that Gauldoth is at least more level-headed than most of the stuff he fights. Now, let's go fight these vampies. So, let's do that. We have you. You can just not do that. 15 versus 2. Should be an easy fix. And there we go. Acceptable losses? Absolutely. Now, do I want to go for the full grand? Yes, of course we want to go for the full Grandmaster. Why am I even questioning this? Now, 1. Oh, I didn't get more. That's all I got. You. So, 3 or 4 maybe. But I get to have shackles of undead. Shackles of war. Shackles of war. And here comes the purple. And we need to adjust the speed. Good God. I cannot watch that. Game settings. Combat. Enemy speed. Yeah. Like that. Enemies should go that fast too. Of course there were 3. There we go. Acceptable losses? Yeah. Who? I get vampires. And I get shackles of war. And we have imps again. You know what? Let's build... Oh, that's what's going on here. Okay, I see. Hello there.
Just don't bother. There we go. Oh, really? There we go. Acceptable losses. Cool. A bunch of spell points. So, this way or this way? Wait a minute. These are mine gates. Okay, let's just go this way then. See here what we find down this path. Potential for more vampires. That's always welcome. They're gonna fly in. They're not. Ah, they're gonna make it to the skellies. Oh well, could have been worse. Their vampires goes before mine. I'm not sure I like that, but okay. Wait, what? Wait, what? Okay. What in the world happened here? Yeah, I'm not winning this. So I just lost my city. I ate dinner with Alana last night. The servant prepared a simple meal of roasted duck, while I brought an old vintage of Avli Amba. I think Alana was surprised to see me eat real food, but she had the manners not to mention it. She also managed to look me in the face for the entire meal. "You may go free, Alana," I told her when the meal was over. She paused, startled. "You're letting me go? Now?" "Yes. I'm still not sure why I brought you with me, but I do know I have no need of you. And contrary to your beliefs, not all necromancers kill without reason. You are not my enemy, and you are not a threat. You may go. But don't worry. I will give you an escort all the way to the borders of Great Arkan. Maybe you'll feel safer there than in Necros," I interrupted. Alana took a drink from her cup, fortifying her courage. "I don't want to go," she said. Now I was the one who was surprised. Before I could ask, she added, "If I leave, Gauldoth, who will help you see the good within yourself?" I almost rolled my eyes at this question, but then I realized that I was glad she had refused. At least, I would have someone to talk to. Yeah, I suppose it's as good reason as any. And losing some skellies again, but that's alright. And the vamp's dead. And I get to buy more vamps. But I should go back up here and grab my city back. And this is going to be like a recurring theme on this map, I think. That the enemy will just continue to steal my city whenever I go too far away. And now they've upgraded my city. Oh, I gained a ghost. Like, hey, that wasn't actually so bad. Beastmaster. Okay, let's grab this before he makes my city go haywire. What do I actually have here? Massara. Yeah, we can sorrow these guys. I don't mind my ghosts dying. They're kind of fodder, it's what they're there for. Oh. Not what I planned, but... Okay, sure, good. I'll take it. What happened? Game crashed. So apparently we gotta do this again. Go. We grab everything again. We're back to here again. Okay. Let's go in and continue where we left off and see if we can do something better this time. Let's just magic leech him for fun. weren't just gonna poison him too because it's fun. Now I already lost more vampires in one go that I did in my previous attempt, which is very annoying. Ah. No, don't freeze my boys. Can my voice become unfrozen, please? And you don't know? So the game just decided I didn't suffer enough, and so they decided to kill all of my guys. I'm sure that's what happened here. I'm 100% sure that's exactly what happened. They thought I didn't lose enough vampires, so they crashed my game. Thank you very much for that. I'm not happy with this. Okay, we're gonna do that. Now, what spells did I learn? Sacrifice. That's not a fun spell. Disintegrate would have been so much more fun to have. Alright. Alright, switch my vampires and my... Let them run. Grab my stuff back. So we go back here again. Should I go down this path again? Yeah, okay, let's try, because they have more death magic for me down there. I hadn't believed that the demon rebels had a leader capable of organizing them, but a warrior named Suraz had mobilized a massive army against me. Today, my scouts learned that he has turned away from his original target, the quorum, to deal with me. Wise not to keep an enemy army at his back. Okay, cool, we have a name now. And we have more vampires to replace all the ones we lost. We lost too many. Let them run. Plague. Good lord, I get the plague spell. Good, good, good. Actually, the plague spell is horrible for me because it affects my own units. But I can do this. And this. And sending the vampires back again. I think... Yeah, okay, everyone's dead or poisoned. That's good. And there we go. Full health vampires. Some of my vampires are coming back. We can dig. This is a surprisingly well-defended city for what is essentially just a village. Okay, we killed these guys. I'm gonna deal with that. Oh, you cheeky. So let's go arranged here. I'm gonna have you just go up here and kill this guy. And we have you stake out these guys. Acceptable losses. And I have taken Sharon. What did this city give me? Mass Curse. Okay, cool. Yeah, we'll fight them. We'll fight them, no problems. Let's get a bunch of imps up. And we get a bunch more imps. Ah, they're not going after my vamps. That's great. And there we go. Gold. I have a bunch of gold. Okay, even if I should lose my main city now, I at least have a backup city. had a backup city.
No, this is a fort. Okay, this is my fort. Okay, cool. I can work with that.
Yeah. Great. I should concentrate on taking this part of the map first, though. And just wiping out whoever's down here. Yeah, that's what I should do. And then I go back up and take back my home. Oh, really? We want to go this route? Yeah, they did go this route. Okay, cool. Fine. You guys just be that way. Can I do enough damage to the vamps? Nope, I cannot. Okay, that sucks. So he's coming down for Sharon then. And that was not an Ozzy Osbourne reference, although it would have been a lovely one. I should be able to take this. You cursed me. Okay, good. Good for you. If that's the case, I'm going to return the favor. Oh. Mass weakness. Mass sorrow has very little use. Non-living or death target. Mass curse. Maybe 3 hit points. I know that strictly speaking I can just fly the vampires in. But we'll do the cautious thing. Like that. Very acceptable losses. Now, do I go combat? I go demonologist. Let's see, what did I have here? Nothing very exciting, really. Okay, cool. Fair enough. But we can get some vampires. I can get some ghosts. I want the ghosts just to fill in the gaps here, so I don't start summoning shit in. But eventually I'll put some bone dragons in there. Oh wait, what spells did I have access to now? Hand of Death. Oh, nice. That's a good spell. And nothing needed updating it. Okay, cool. Cool. As Simon Havarian would say it. If you know, you know. Yeah, I sort of expected that. I didn't dare to go in. Oh, that's not a bad army. Doesn't even feel like an army. So, I cannot kill this, I cannot kill this, but I can kill. You're a level 1 and you're a level 1. Okay. Just do that then. Oh, really? Okay, fine. Just be that way. Hand of Death is spectacular in the sense that it kills a bunch of creatures and it doesn't actually care what type of creature it is. I think that's how it works. So, the bigger the creature, the better. I guess a spawning pit. I'm fairly sure I need to go back here now and make sure I have nothing coming in for me that way. Once I have secured... There you are! I found you! You actually have a big army. Cool. Now let's see here if my Hand of Death can do anything here. No. Hand of Death does nothing except kill these guys. I don't care about that. Okay, but I have so many other things to do. All of you will deal 25% less damage, because I say so. And your formation is all wrong. Mwahaha. Okay, so let's see what happens with some vamp on vamp violence. Turns out vamps dies. Now, mass sorrow is pointless, but mass hurts. Now we're talking. Go and distract them. Go and distract them. Go and distract them. Go and distract them. So, not easily distracted. Gotcha. Self-poison, of course, because it's not ever like I get to target something and then watch it. Why do I bother? Lie down. Alright. So now that we know everything spends like... So, death core. I'm gonna bring a bunch of more vampires in here. And then I'm gonna fly my vampires over here and I'm gonna kill you. Now, good job. Switch over to ranged. And start killing my enemies. While my vamps fly home. Some vampires died, but it could have been so much worse. Unfortunately, I don't get to keep these guys. I'm fairly sure. But hey, I get some ghosts. Because ghosts are the backbone of my army. I'm thinking I should go kill these guys too. I'll probably get spread over. Oh, only 2 groups. That's actually not bad. Okay. Now, I'm gonna see if I can handle death you. No, I cannot handle death these guys. Okay, cool. Then we'll just do that. My vampires are coming up here to eat. And they will handle this just fine. There we go. That's not so bad. We get some vampires back. Oh, I already maxed out death magic. Okay, that's depressive. So I went ahead and got 3 vampires for no reason. Oh well. Okay, so there's something in there that I don't have access to yet. Okay, cool. Great. How many? Banned. Okay, I can fix that. I can fix them. So let's just do this. Fly this guy over here. I can focus on him. And then we have our vamps double fly. Like this. Vamps are doing good. There's some accidental damage taking place here, but it's alright. Could have been so much worse. And that's the end of that. Acceptable losses. Getting vampires. We like vampires. Giant Slayer. Cool. I think I have control of this side of the map now. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run down here. I'm gonna get these dragons out. Dismiss the wolves. Actually, I'm just gonna recruit the whole damn lineup. I'm gonna replace those 2. Go away. And then I'm just going to start moving in this part here. So I want to make sure there's nothing behind me that gets into the stab position. I can get bony dragons from theirs. Yeah, okay, let's go get some bony dragons. Band of Devils. Of course there's a Band of Devils. Alright. That's interesting. What do I do with these guys? I do this. That should be my question. That's actually surprisingly acceptable losses. We walk through the refuse left by previous visitors and open the secret antechamber at the rear of the tower. Step forward,
Take the crystal in hand and turn it slowly 3 times to the left. Once activated, you cast a special spell that binds the power of this ancient place to your master.
Okay. You know what? I'm going to end it here now. This map seemed like a small one, but it's going to take forever and a day to get through here. I don't think this is going to be done in a jiffy. I think this might be a 3-parter. But anyways, I feel we have a fairly good grasp of the stage, and we have everything we need. We have won some good victories, and we're set up. And with that said, this is Big Daddy Rocker Gamer. See you guys next time.